The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You doing good? Ready for football?
Football Friday, yeah. 15 days away from Georgia football, so counting those days down.
15 days.
15 days to the big showdown with Clemson.
Man, 15 days. And Tech plays before that, don't
All
they?
right, they play August 24th in Dublin, Ireland.
In Dublin on the 24th?
Yep.
Okay. And they play in Dublin on the 24th?
Yep. Week from Saturday.
And who'd you say they played again?
Florida State.
Florida State. Man, they're going a long way to play a game, aren't they? Why don't we just fly over to Ireland and play a game?
That's where they're headed. Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland. Yeah, Georgia Tech and Florida State. And, of course, you can listen to Georgia Tech football games on our AM station, our sister station, Wayne County's Heritage Radio station, WLOP 1370 AM The Buzz, Fox Sports. And we'll have that game for you on the 24th on WLOP 1370 AM The Buzz. Man, Georgia kicking off. And what a way to start the season against Clemson. I mean, that's a good old ball game right there. That's a rock'em sock'em game right there.
Good opponent. In Atlanta, the Dome.
At Mercedes-Benz. Huh?
Yep. 12 noon kickoff.
Okay. That's an early game.
Yeah. There's some marquee games that day, so it's going to be a fun weekend. Kick off the college football season, so looking forward to it.
And
Georgia's number one in the preseason, loaded for bear. Got all kinds of talent. So got some tough road games, though. Got to go to Alabama, got to go to Texas. Got to go to Ole Miss. A lot of talk about Ole Miss. I mean, they're really hyping Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin's got about 40 players from the transfer portal.
Well, how long will he be there before they find some improprieties and he's forced out?
Let's hope not.
It's been done before. He can do it again.
I like Lane Kiffin. I think he's funny.
Oh, Lord.
He just hasn't won a big game. That's the problem. I mean, he's one of those ones that they call him Lane Whiffin.
Lane Whiffin?
Whiffin, because he whiffs every time there's a big game. So
just can't get up for the big game, huh?
He just can't. I mean, he just can't seem to pull it off. Every time there's a marquee, huge game for Ole Miss, they come up short. So, but he's supposed to be loaded for bear this year. I said he's got a good quarterback in Jackson Dart, and he's got a lot of transfer people in, so it'll be interesting to see how, but there's a lot of people hyping them up.
You just never can tell who's going to be on what team from year to year because of the transfer portal.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy now.
I mean, you don't know.
It's the wild, wild west.
It is. It is the wild, wild west. You know, it's not only who you recruit, it's who you can get in the transfer portal. You know, you got, and I guess for coaches, that's double good there. I mean, you know, you can get two different ways that you can get the best players in and the players you need for certain spots that you might be weak at on your team. Well, you'd mentioned in sports this morning that the Braves are playing the Dodgers the next few days. The Angels. They're playing the Angels.
Oh, I thought it was the Dodgers.
No, L.A. Angels.
I'm sorry.
L.A. tonight, and then tomorrow night, and then Sunday afternoon. It's the Los Angeles Angels.
They just went from San Francisco Giants. I thought they're taking on the Dodgers.
Well, they're down there, but it's the Angels.
Angels.
Yeah, it's the Angels. Yeah, they'll take on the Dodgers again in mid-September.
Well, they got Philly coming in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so
yeah,
they got to make up some ground this weekend and make some ground up this week. I said they still got 8 games left with the Phillies before the season ends, so still a possibility they can win the division.
Maybe.
Got to keep hope alive. So.
If not, you got to win that division. I mean, they've won it now for like 6-7 years in a row or something like that, the division.
That's true.
And if they don't make it there, they got to make sure they get in that wild card, because once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But you want to get hot there in September. That's what you want to be. You want to hot. That's the month to get hot in.
I'm still waiting to see if Jerry Jones gives Dak Prescott his $60 million a year contract. I don't think he's going to do it.
Well, who's he going to put there? That's the thing about it. Does he have a good backup? Does he have somebody he can put in there?
I want to hear the conspiracy.
Okay, Bob, let's go with the conspiracy.
You know, Dion's out there in Colorado with his son, Shadir.
Uh-huh.
And Dion and Jerry Jones are tight.
Right.
So the conspiracy is when the Cowboys don't make the playoffs this year, Jerry Jones is going to call Dion and bring Dion and his son to be the quarterback and pay him money. That's a conspiracy theory.
So people know what's going on in Jerry's mind?
Yep.
That could be scary.
Jerry and Dion are tight. And Dion, I'm sure, wants
Yeah, but his son's not that good of a quarterback.
What do you mean? He's one of the premier quarterbacks in the country.
You think so?
Dion thinks he's going to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft.
All right. So Dion's son's better than LeBron's son, right? LeBron's son in basketball versus Dion's son in football.
That's like night and day, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Dion's son can play.
Okay, well, he can play.
Yeah, he's a quarterback.
He's a hoss.
Yeah, he can go.
Okay.
So that's the story, that Dion's coming to Dallas, bringing his son. His son's going to play. Because Dion says his son's only going to play for certain teams.
So,
Doesn't matter where he gets drafted, he's not playing for certain teams. But he'll play for Dallas Cowboys.
will he make Dion the coach?
That's what I'm saying. Dion's coming to coach, yeah.
Come to coach. Going
He's
to
gonna bring
move out their current guy and move Dion in.
Yeah, going to bring Michael Irvin with him, be the wide receiver coach. So it's going to like be a reunion. Emmitt Smith's going to be the running back coach. I'm going to come back. Troy Aikman, the quarterback coach. That's a conspiracy. I'm telling. That's the conspiracy theory out there in the Dallas world. So.
All right.
Dion's
Who
the
doesn't
next,
love a good conspiracy,
Dion's the
Bob?
next head football coach for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, everybody loves a good conspiracy.
They're saying that's why Jerry's not pulling the trigger on Dak Prescott's contract. But Dak says he's close. He thinks he's getting
that
it.
close.
He says if he doesn't get it in Dallas, he's going to get it somewhere else. That he's going to get $60 million a year. I want to.
Well, he's got a higher opinion himself than anybody else does.
It's good to have confidence.
Good to have confidence. Good to have confidence. You pay me or I ain't playing.
He says somebody's
Well,
gonna-
enjoy the season off on the couch there,
He says
Dak.
somebody's going to write that check. If it's not Dallas, somebody else. So I don't know. It's interesting though. That's the conspiracy theory. That Dion's got one more year at college, Colorado, and he's going to come be the Cowboys head coach, bring his son with him,
Okay.
and that's going to be their star quarterback, not Dak Prescott.
Well, we'll see if that happens. Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
Makes for a good story.
That makes for a good story. You know, people love conspiracies.
I mean,
You know, people can't, you know, just for some reason they do. It just sounds exciting. It's like something you know that maybe somebody else don't know. And, you know, people can't accept just what's the facts and truth in front of them. It's got to be conspiracies, but that's just human nature.
slime time coming to Dallas.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Makes for a good talking, good story between now and winning, and if it happens.
Can't wait to see Raymond Saturday. He's a big diehard Cowboy fan. See if he's heard that conspiracy. He loves the Cowboys.
So what? See him out there on the links?
Yep, I'll see him Saturday.
Okay. See if he's heard that. If you
Yeah,
got any inside information there to the Cowboys
He's a
organization.
diehard Cowboy fan. What's his thoughts on Dion coming to be the coach of the Cowboys?
Oh boy.
I think his time's limited in Colorado. I mean, there's all kinds of controversy going on in Colorado, how he runs his program, things like that. I mean, just all about his son. I still remember last year's press conference, he didn't know who the center was.
No, he didn't.
That's who
He didn't know who the center was.
Yeah, he didn't know his name.
I mean, how do you not know everyone on your team, but especially the starters?
Right, especially the center.
Guy that hikes the ball, the quarterback.
Uncle Ad.
Who hikes the ball to your son? No,
glad.
I don't know.
I'm glad Lynn Hoss wasn't around to see that. I mean, center's the most important position.
That's
I mean,
bad.
he handles the ball every.
That's bad. You
Yeah.
don't even know who hikes the ball to your son.
Nope.
I don't know.
Didn't know his name.
That's just terrible. And why in the world would Jerry want him in Dallas? when
He's too busy selling sunglasses. You know, Dion. He's got to make
he's,
money.
he's too busy being slime time,
That's
right?
He's too busy selling sunglasses, appearing on shows.
Right.
Who cares?
That
Who cares who the center is?
Big effervescent smile of his,
Right,
which
yeah.
is a great smile he's got.
He's out there promoting his
Prime
son.
Time does.
You know, he wants his son. You know, promoting him as a Heisman Trophy candidate. You know, it's all about his son.
Well, it's good to be a proud parent. We're all, parents are proud of their kids. I'm proud of both of my boys. So.
Dion, one of a kind.
One of a kind, one of a kind. So we'll see what happens with that, Bob. We'll see what happens with that. And Georgia News Network this morning, the Sportscast had Falcons keep making moves here toward before season starts to get some better players in.
Picked up a nice safety yesterday, so hope the Falcons do well. That big story in Atlanta is how long they're going to keep Michael Penix on the bench. You know, if they said if Kirk Cousins doesn't get off to a good start, despite paying him all that money, you know, they drafted Michael Penix out of Washington as the number one pick quarterback. So and that was kind of
Cousins
shocking.
got the experience. I'd keep him out there.
Yeah, let's see how it plays out. Everybody likes shiny and new.
Shiny. But this is inexperienced and new, you know.
You look pretty good at preseason game.
He did, yeah.
All these young quarterbacks.
These quarterbacks
tough break for Minnesota, though. J.J. McCarthy, kid out of Michigan, had to have surgery, so he's going to miss the entire season. He looked good in his first preseason game. But all these quarterbacks look. Jaden Daniels looks good. I mean, all these young quarterbacks, you know, it's time has changed. You know, when we grew, I mean, you had to wait.
Well, they
3-4
weren't prepared
years,
for that because
right?
it was more running. I mean, just today you got pro offenses in college,
there, right?
and they know the schemes. You're just playing against a lot when you're playing against a lot better defenses, and so you've got to learn to read them, and everything moves a lot faster than it does in college.
Russell Wilson's finally going to step on the field in preseason game Saturday against Buffalo. So Pittsburgh's quarterback, he's had a calf injury ever since camp began. So we're going to finally see what he looks like. Justin Fields couldn't even handle the snap. He fumbled the snap several times, so that wasn't good. Yeah, it wasn't good. I want Kenny Pickett back, and I will Kenny Pickett back in Philadelphia.
I
don't like either one of my quarterbacks right now.
You don't, do you?
I don't.
Russ or
Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
we'll see what he looks like. But Justin Fields didn't look too good.
Okay.
Like I said, 2 fumbled snaps, and Tomlin wasn't happy. So Pittsburgh's still trying to make that deal for that wide receiver from San Francisco. So he's disgruntled. Everything I read that the deal's in place, they just got to make the final. San Francisco's got to say yes, he's going, but they're still trying to sign him to a long-term deal. So, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that he's going to be in black and gold on the other side of George Pickens. So that'll be 2 good weapons. So, but hasn't transpired as of yet. But I'm hoping Russell Wilson looks better than Justin Fields looked last weekend.
Well, maybe it's a good fit for Russell to be there. We'll find out. Maybe Tomlin can get something out of him. Because he has seen as a lot better days.
No one's giving my Steelers a chance. But I'm telling you, they got a lot of talent on that football field. The defense looked awfully good. They do.
Whatever you need to tell yourself.
I'm damn. I think we're going to win the division.
Yes, sir. That's right, Bob.
Super Bowl. Here we go.
Yeah.
Gotta believe. Just got to find me a quarterback.
That's right. Everybody goes into the season undefeated.
That's right.
They're all undefeated right now.
Gotta believe.
That's right. Gotta believe.
Well,
let's talk about high school football right now. We got Wayne County High School playing Glen Academy tonight, but some of the premier games going on, marquee games going on in the area.
Probably the best game in the area is the Ware County, Appling County over in Baxley. That's going to be a war over there. So I mean, but Ware's, I'm sure, the better team. They got a lot more talent in their classification than Appling, but it'll be a good ball game. This Wayne Glenn's game is going to be an interesting ball game.
Oh yeah,
and I'm going to have got a new twist and some new angles. Coach Warren's put in some things that they hope can work tonight against Glen Academy. So should be a good crowd. Glen normally brings a good crowd. So like you mentioned, it's exciting. The band's going to be there, cheerleaders. It should be fun. Looking forward to it. 7:30 at JC Stadium. What's the temperature for today? How hot's it going to be? It's not as hot.
About 91, sunny. Low tonight of around 68. So, it'll be in the 80s. It'll be in the 80s when the team starts. Yeah, and then drop as the sun sets. I still think we ought to go back to 8 o'clock with everything, but that's just me. At least in August.
A lot cooler than last Friday night, so that would be good.
Maybe we can start off the games at 8 o'clock in August, and then in September after Labor Day move to 7:30. But it's just so hot in August. If you get up to 8 o'clock, it's getting close to sunset, and feel a lot better out there than heating to death. But that's just the way it is.
Rocky Hidalgo, 11th year at Glen Academy coming into town. Should be fun. If you come to the ball game, Glen features one of most talented running backs in the area. This kid, Greg Peacock's pretty darn good, so that's going to be the key for Wayne County to make sure he doesn't get loose tonight at JC Stadium. So should be a fun ball game. And hopefully Wayne County get off to a good start. Looking forward to the band's performance at halftime. Good crowd on hand.
And the band's big this year. Remember, we had the band directors in here several weeks ago, and they're talking about how many they have out there. It's getting back to the numbers that it used to be years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Hershey's doing a good job.
They are. Both of them. Husband-wife team. They're doing good, along with the other band directors. The band, it just helps makes the game. It's kind of quiet out there without a band. The band gets there and it gets everybody fired up. You got the music playing and the fight songs, and helps the cheerleaders, with their routine. So it's good to have the band there.
It's part of it.
Yep. I saw the tractor trailer backed up there to the band room at Wayne County High School. They'll fill that thing up and head over to JC Stadium later on this afternoon. Luckily, they still have the old band room there at the old high school, so they can use it to get things prepared to go out to the field.
At George High School, they put out a line on high school football. They've been doing that for several years, so they've got us as a 7-point underdog in tonight's game. That's their prediction. So
okay.
They got the Red Terrorists.
Not too bad.
Should be a good competitive ball game. I said, Coach Moore and his staff feel good about it, so got our fingers crossed. So.
It's always you close games. It's always the team that doesn't make the mistakes. You don't drop the ball. You don't throw interceptions. You don't get stupid. All penalties are stupid, especially stupid penalties.
Enjoyed doing the coaches show with them this week, so you can hear that at 6:30 to 7. Then Joe and I got the pregame show, and I said we'll have a report on that school board meeting on our pregame show at 7 o'clock. So I'm not sure what's taking place there at 4:30. Unusual to have a school board meeting on a Friday, football Friday at 4:30, but all kinds of speculation on what's taking place. So
all kinds of conspiracy theories out there, Bob. We'll see if the rumors. You got all kinds of rumors. So we'll give the facts to you tonight after the school board meeting, executive session at 4:30. We'll have it all with you. You'll report it at 7 o'clock tonight. A little after 7 o'clock during the pregame show. What happened at the meeting? Okay.
And the county meets next Thursday. Again, they had their meeting canceled due to that weather, so they're
next
rescheduled for Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay.
Looking forward to next week's softball. They got a big tournament this weekend. They're on the road this week, but Monday and Tuesday. Monday is John Glenn Academy. Tuesday is the big showdown with Appleton County. Appleton County's won back-to-back state titles. That pitcher that's going to Georgia, so she's coming back for her senior year.
So I'm sure we'll see her.
We'll see her.
We'll see her.
It'll be a show. So if you want, it'll be a heck of a ball game. So I'm really looking forward to Tuesday.
She's
next
going
week.
to Georgia.
Yeah, she committed to Georgia, thankfully.
Yeah. I'm glad that she committed to Georgia.
Yeah, just a good girl. I mean, but she's been a star the last couple of years, and if you want to see good pitcher, she's one of the best in the state. So it'll be a big test for our girls softball team on Tuesday. So that place should be packed.
A piece of cake for our girls. Piece of cake. Piece of cake.
Okay.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Piece of cake for our girls. That's how good they are.
It's going to be a fun ball game.
Okay.
Looking forward to it. I was talking to somebody the other day. It's amazing how far girls softball has come. How these girls can, spin that ball.
Oh, they can do that.
Different
like a regular
pitches
pitcher.
and different. I mean, it's amazing.
Like an overhand pitcher, they can do it underhand.
It's amazing how far that sport's come in the last 10 years. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I love watching the Women's College World Series.
When is that? That's the summer sometime, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has it already had that already?
Yeah, Oklahoma won again.
That's right. I remember that. Now they did. They won again.
And now they're in the SEC.
Now, Oklahoma's in the SEC now. You can't keep up with it. It changes so much. We got Texas and Oklahoma in the SEC now. We don't have an Eastern-Western division. You got how many teams playing for the championship now? 12? Is it 12?
12 teams.
12 teams are getting the playoffs? Yeah.
Kirby made a good point to talk about how tough this is going to be with this 12-team playoff. He says, but the SEC title game, sometimes, the better teams were like Alabama, LSU used to be two of the best teams in the West, and And
Right.
he said sometimes you got to break it in and really play the best team from the other side. But now you're definitely playing the two best teams in the SEC you're going to meet. He says so they're going to have a battle there, and then you got to turn around and win 3 more games after that.
Is it 3 more games? Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to be a tough season.
It's just pro football and college football. There's so many games now. They just seem to go on and on. They add more games. But what's it always about, Bob?
Money.
The money.
Money.
It's about the money. It's always about the money.
That's right. It's always about the money.
Follow the money trail. Follow the story.
15 days until Georgia Clemson. Count it down. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Dogs are loaded.
All right. Well, Bob, good broadcast tonight with you and Joe with the ball game there from JC Stadium.
It's always fun with Joe.
All right. Have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup has been brought to you by First Southern Bank and by Murphy Builder Supply.